Hello, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin. So, what's going on today? It seems to be a little bit of consolidation around the 900 level as we are trying to build enough momentum to break through the 30,000. Hopefully, this will take some time because the more time this take, the stronger the support for 29,000 will be. And also, the longer this take, the more orders, conditional orders, are going to be placed above 30,000. So if we finally break 30,000, if this consolidation period have been going on for a long time, we can expect to see something that we saw when we broke the 20,000 barrier, just a huge explosion to the upside. So what Bitcoin is doing now is really very healthy. So hopefully this can continue for a few more days before we break through, or maybe we get a rejection that will also be very healthy, and maybe we go down to 26,000. This is where I set my buy limit around 26,800, roughly around this area here. I set a buy limit to buy some more Bitcoin. I also set conditional leverage trade up here. So if Bitcoin goes past 30,300, then I will automatically enter at market price. And I have a stop limit just a little bit below 29,000. So in case we go up and it's a fake out, then we go down again, then I won't get wrecked. So the thing now is the reason we are struggling to break 30,000 is because there are not that many gains to be taken from trading from 29,400, and everyone knows that 30,000 is a psychological level, so no one's really willing to go in with a huge leverage trade here. So it's just what the people who are buying Bitcoin now, they're just buying it here in case it will go above 30,000. So they have some Bitcoin to do some leverage trading with once we break 30,000. So what I'm guessing is the people who are buying now, they are buying and then they're setting conditional orders to buy Bitcoin once we break 30,000. So we see it's a slowly upwards going closing wedge. So at some point here, we might have to, if it still continues to form a wedge and don't become more of just a flat consolidation. Um, so we would need to go down here and a little bit up. If it keeps going into this closing wedge here, then we're going to see a break either to the upside, maybe just down to the other larger closing wedge that we can see here with the yellow line. I should make this another color. Let's make that a green line. So we see we have a larger yellow closing wedge here as well. So we might just have a little bit of a breakdown to this, go down here, find support, bounce up, go up here. But eventually Bitcoin, I mean, it's not, we're not going to follow this, neither of these wedges all the way up here. Because once we break 30,000, that's it. We are going upwards or getting rejected at 30,000 and going downwards. But I just made these closing wedges just to, in case we break them before we get to 30,000. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It might be a bearish sign for the Bitcoin that we have this closing wedge because it's reached beyond 30,000. and the 30,000 level is more significant than this wedge. So we're probably going to bounce off 30,000 here now the next day and break these wedges. Either we drop to the downside of that and we have a little bit of a correction, or we could continue just flat forming a sort of consolidation pattern. But I do expect that we will go down here and test the support limit here from the current breakout. If we zoom out to the one, yeah, let's do the 4-hour chart. So here we can see, much better if we change this, compress this a little bit. So here we can see we have the current upgoing trend all the way since October, since we were at 10,000. So this is sort of the trend we've been following since the bull market started here, since we broke 10,000. So we probably will find support at that level, at least for the being. So I would have a hard time to see us breaking this trend in one go without some bounces. So that's why I set my trade roughly here at 6,000, 26,500, 700, 27,000 range. I think this is maybe the less conservative. If you're risk willing, you can take the trade here at 27,000. I have my set at 26,500, and I don't expect to be allowed to buy at that price. But that's when I want more Bitcoin. So I think a more realistic price would be maybe on the lower end of 27,000 if we have a bounce here. I don't think we're going to drop all the way down to 26,000, but I already have a lot of Bitcoin before, so this is the price where I'm willing to take on some more. So now we just need to wait for a lot of people to slowly buy up some Bitcoin around this level here. It will probably take a few days until we have a proper go at the 30,000 limit. I at least hope so. But as you know, I am always bullish on Bitcoin. And even if we should enter a more downgoing trend, I would still be accumulating because I believe in it in the long run. And with all the news coming out all the time about companies converting their cash reserves into Bitcoin instead of holding US dollar, with all the printing of money from the central bank. Since the beginning of this year, they increased the money supply, the amount of circulating dollars, with about 35%. In the beginning of the year, there was about $4.5 trillion in the world. Now we have $6 trillion in the world. So they are printing trillions upon trillions upon trillions, and it don't seem to be stopping. So the only rational thing to do is to get some assets, because fiat currency is being devaluated like crazy. The reason we don't see any inflation is that in goods and services is that technology, the companies have fired a lot of people, so they cut the cost a lot of making the goods and services, and they also have embraced new technology and digital solutions. But this effect will at one point run out, and if the governments keep printing money as they kind of have to do, then at some point there will be inflation, for sure. Sorry. And I think that's it for today. And I'll thank you all for watching, and I'll see you back next time. And let's hope this rally continue for another year. Thank you so much, and Happy New Year.